Time for us to move now to our third main location, and this time we're going to the northern part of Puglia. We're going to the Gargano Peninsula, and we're going to stay in a town called Viest. We did have a bit of a drama on the way there. The car started telling us that it was running out of oil as we were going around corners, and to get to Viest for the final hour of our trip we were up and down on switchback roads, so the light was coming on quite a few times, and I thought at one point it was going to actually stop the engine and we were going to get stuck. But we made it. We still haven't managed to resolve the issue, but hopefully we're going to manage to get back to Brindisi in a week's time with the car intact. Morning, it's a Friday morning and we're in our apartment in Viest, which is very central and again has got lots of apartments around us, which I'm starting to get used to. It's actually pretty quiet, but what is great is like 20 meters away is the market, and apparently Friday is a big market day, so we're emerging this morning and going to check out the market, stock up for the weekend. Okay, so fish is what we're going for first of all.
These are the small chilies we had yesterday in the vongole.
So we found a few fish stalls, but there's actually only one that's got swordfish, which is what we're looking for. A lot of them have got these really small fish. Well, get them to weigh it for us. But yeah, I think one's going to be enough. It's pretty big. They're thin, but they're pretty big. That doesn't actually look too big.
That's 400 grams, baby, for you.
400 grams is enough for two of us, I think. Yeah. Yep. I think so. We got some vongole from here yesterday, and she just threw in for free some of these chili peppers. Just see them in here. Well, they are warm enough to heat an apartment. We had, how many did you put in the vongole mix?
3.
I put 3 in yesterday and my lips were burning. Okay. Time for lemons.
1 kilo.
So we've seen how close the market is, so continuing the theme of how convenient the location of this apartment is, we're just gonna step over this little wall, walk up these steps, and let's see what we find. So there we go, the marina. There's the old town just up there. We'll have a look at that a bit later. And then just over this wall with the blue doors, there's the beach. Pretty good. And by the way, There's a coffee shop on the way, so there's definitely going to be a diversion there today. Okay, here's the coffee shop. All the locals looking at me thinking, why is he videoing where we come every day? But you know, it's a novelty for me. Okay, so they've got one of my chocolate croissant, cornetto they call them here. Cornetto con chocolat. Okay, so come in on the cappuccino. This is sort of middling of the road. It's not too bad. The milk is not as frothy as some have been, so I can actually taste the milk. So let's give it a go. But it's definitely UHT milk, which spoils it. But you know, when in Rome or Italy or Viest, you have to do as the Viestans do. So here we go, cornetto con chocolat, which actually is Nutella. And actually, there's way too much Nutella in here, but I'll get through it. Okay. We'll have to come back with another video clip when I get into the heart of this cornetto where the Nutella is really piled up. So we'll do that shortly. Okay, before I make an absolute mess of myself by biting into this, I just thought I'd show you. Look at that. You probably can't focus, it's so close. Yeah. We'll censor the rest of this because it won't be pretty. Oh, sorry. The cameraman's telling me that I've gone off script. What I'm supposed to say is, oh look, there's just across from the beach. It's a bit of an overcast day today. But Vassie still wants to go to the beach. And it is her birthday today, so I'm having to do what she wants. Okay. When we were in the coffee shop, it was overcast. Now we're on the beach, it's actually raining. So, what do we think is going to happen here? There is some blue sky. Hopefully it's going to blow over. So this is quite a different beach to Santa Maria, where we were last week. Big, long, open beach. But the water's warm. Actually, it's warmer, I'd say, than Santa Maria. Which is just as well because Vassie is determined to get in the water. So there she is. The only person for about 5 kilometers that's actually in the water. Yeah, the sun did eventually come out. And now there's a few more people that have also come out. We're having a wander around Viest. I found out it's Viest, not Vieste. Today, it's a bit overcast today, so no beach today. It's a really pretty town. And the buildings are perched right on the cliff edge, so I would imagine these people are probably a little bit nervous about any erosion. But there's lots of little alleyways and nooks and crannies and lots of restaurants and bars, cafes, all like good quality, and it's pretty busy. Heading down another little alleyway. No idea where it's going to finish up, but you can see the sea in the background, so at least we've got some reference point. It's just so pretty, really attractive. So they've got this walkway that sort of goes around the edge, top of the cliff. So there are two main beaches in Viest. This is one of them, with a big rock. I think we've just about finished the climbing. I think we're getting to the top part of the old town now. Just a real quick snippet here. No wonder I don't go out to restaurants to eat. When I get served this up, wherever I home, looks lovely, and I'm sure it's going to be very tasty.
Well, you can say what it is.
It was pointed out to me by the chef that I'd omitted to tell you actually what it was. So, in the words of the chef, it is.
Pancetta and mushroom spaghetti.
Okay. Spaghetti
Spaghetti
con
or spaghetti?
con
Pancetta and
pancetta e funghi. Okay. That's what we're going to call it on the menu.
Pancetta e funghi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've got...
Mine is barbecued vegetables.
Okay, that's going to be more difficult to translate. With some spaghetti thrown in.
Yeah, initially there were not going to be any spaghetti in, but there was too much spaghetti.
Okay, so we'll call both of these dishes spaghetti. Going for a walk on the beach late on a Sunday afternoon. Been beautiful today. Nice temperature, sun out all the day. The sea is really warm. It's sort of about 30 degrees in the shallows, 28 once you get a bit deeper, but it's just beautiful for just floating in. It's so salty, you can just float. You don't have to move. And it's a really well looked after beach, so they've got these sections where you pay for a sunbed and a brolly, but then there's sections in between which are just open for people to come and set themselves up. And you can probably see that they sort of sweep the beach every night so it gets cleaned, which is really good. And there's just bunches, I think probably mostly locals, that are just sitting here in groups, been here all day, just chilling out, having a nice time. Well, our stay in Viest is coming to an end. One more day, so we're out having our evening promenade. Very pretty place, Viest. Very touristy. Might show you a little bit shortly about the centre of the town at this time of night, which is about sort of 8:30. Very busy. And we're down by the waterfront here. And they've got this lovely sculpture of these hands. So this has definitely been a good place to stay. Very relaxing, nice beach, lovely warm water, not too crowded. Nice selection of restaurants and markets. So yeah, it's a good place for us. Definitely would recommend it. Definitely lots of gelatos to tempt you. Oh, an aperitivo, yeah, in the background. But I've already had my fragola, I think it is, strawberry fragola gelato tonight on our little promenade. So, and we've got some Amara de Montenegro to have when we get back to the apartment. So I'm trying to avoid the temptation of sitting in a bar, even though they do look quite tempting. But this is middle of September. Everybody says July and August is busy. And I guess you could say, well, not every table is full. But there's definitely a lot of people milling around, and there's a lot of restaurants, and every restaurant has a good number of people in them. So I'd say the season here extends well beyond August. I think you might be getting an idea now about how many restaurants there are. Everywhere you turn there's restaurants. And you can see like this one is pretty full.
And still a lot of people going out for dinner.
Yeah, at 8:40. We finished eating about an hour ago, and that was quite late for us. So, what were you saying about the people here?
Oh, that's 99%, I don't know, 95% and mostly local.
Okay.
I mean Italian.
Yeah. Whether they're Italians on holiday.
Or probably Italians on holiday and local, because I don't think the size of the population of this place is as big as the people we're seeing at the moment.
So we'll talk a little bit, probably in the next video, about just how we feel about Italy, but just looking back down there, I'm going to spin round again. You just look at this restaurant. Trattoria, pizzeria, bruschetteria, and it just looks lovely. But unfortunately, when we have gone and eaten in these places, the food has not matched the ambience. So yeah, it's just been really disappointing. And I guess for us, we do like our food not overly spicy, but at least seasoned. And so like the pizzas, for example, some of the pizzas that we've had, the bases have been really nice, but it's just pretty simple. Like the tomato sauce that they use as a base is literally just tomato sauce. So despite what I'd heard about Italian tomatoes being really tasty, we just found that they're not actually that tasty. So when they just smear tomato paste onto the base of the pizza without any seasoning, okay, we've got a big game on. Serie A. Crowd watching. Yeah. The dog doesn't look too interested, but everybody else is.
Everybody else is lined up.
Yeah. So yeah, the food's just been a little bit disappointing for us. I'm sure for a lot of people it's lovely, and I guess when you look at how many people are out here eating, they must be enjoying it. But yeah, hasn't worked for us, I'm afraid. But it does look lovely.